Boom 0. r/AskReddit. Reddit, what is a wholesome, solitary activity that a person can do to help forget how awful and poor their current life is? Hiking is perfect for that. Get away from technology and embrace nature for a while. If you don't already have one, get a bird feeder and fill it regularly year round. The birds learn the location and then you have shitloads to watch. Bird dynamics at feeders have always amused me. They're such assholes. I've legit seen one kung fu kick another off the feeder. Also, be sure to spread some seed on the ground. Some birds are ground feeders like juncos. Going for a long walk at a moderate pace. Sometimes it's good to think about nothing but keeping a decent pace. Just get into a rhythm. You go into a zone that is hard to get into with all the distractions at work, home etc, and it's very therapeutic. I enjoy reading. Getting lost in a good book can be incredibly therapeutic. It's also basically free with a library card. Set a timer for 5 minutes and clean as much as you can. Becomes a fun game. Repeat daily. It's actually amazing how much you can clean in 5 minutes. Every time I wonder why I instead spent hours procrastinating. Shrimp keeping. As in, keeping freshwater shrimp in an aquarium. You can go get a cheap, plastic, 3-5-gallon aquarium from Amazon. Put in a small sponge filter with a pump. Pick out some decor plants, and buy some Neocaridina shrimp. They are small, easy to care for, only really require topping off their water and maybe an algae wafer once every few weeks, and you get to watch them jump and swim all over the tank. Even better, you'll get to watch the females carry around and then hatch little baby shrimp to add to your colony. You could get like a 3-5-gallon tank with a cool color changing LED light and keep it next to your bed so you can watch it when you're really stressed out. 2. Volunteer to help others. I know it doesn't sound solitary, but it is. I feed crows. I buy unsalted peanuts in the shell and toss them as I walk my dogs or wait for the bus. I have about 4 murders now. Who recognize me, plus random crows at different locations. The ones by the lake feed from my hand and almost let me touch them. After about a year of doing it, I got my first gift a few weeks ago. It was a walnut shell. Jigsaw puzzle. My husband and I have just started spending time on puzzles. We needed to disconnect from technology and this has been really fun to do together. I started thrifting to keep my mind busy, sorting through clothes and learning about them and the quality. I'm still learning but have had fun buying and flipping some stuff along the way, and it's a bit self-sustaining in that way which makes it even better. I hope you start feeling better soon. Edit. Thank you kind internet strangers. I love the community of thrifters that showed up here. Lots of folks are far more knowledgeable than I am. Doesn't have to be clothes, could be housewares etc. Just goes to show you there is something for everyone. Macklemore, is that you? I'm kidding. That is very different. Something I have never done or thought of at all. So what does it entail? It entails patience and perseverance to sort through other people's donated stuff, but it keeps my mind focused on that and can be therapeutic to sort through the hangers. I am super weird. Start small with stuff you like, and if you want learn about the materials and brands, I like to read the tags on what they're made of etc. If you wanted to resell, that is a learning process but low risk since many thrifts are cheap. Poshmark makes it really easy. There are flipping communities on Reddit or flippers on Instagram which can help you learn too for your own knowledge or if you'd want to flip. I have a much better wardrobe now at a fraction of the cost. You would be surprised at what people donate, how amazing some finds can be, and it's great for the environment too. One clothing item purchased from a thrift store extends its life by 2 years on average, so it's a good small impact. It seems condescending, but adult coloring books. It can be therapeutic to throw on some music, background noise, or maybe you enjoy the silence and just color. To add to this, adult paint by numbers color by numbers is a good stepping point since the adult coloring books can feel daunting with their designs. I've always loved devoting some of my Saturdays to city exploration. Wake up, pocket some cash, and walk in a random direction without a plan. Follow your instincts. If a street looks interesting, take a turn and walk down it. See a weird shop? Look inside. My one rule, don't backtrack. Keep going until it's dark or you're too tired. Then find a route home or take an Uber if you can afford it. It's easy, rewarding, and great exercise. You'd have no idea how many hidden gems I've found around my city, be it alleyway coffee shops or vintage record stores. Try it, and I 100% guarantee you'll love your city again. A few tips if you wanna try it yourself. Try not to bring a bag or backpack. You'll feel much more free to move around and it'll discourage you from impulse shopping. Use your phone's map to avoid unsafe neighborhoods and prevent yourself from straying too far. The map can also be good for identifying landmarks you might want to explore. Download Fog of the World to track all your walks. It'll hurt your battery, but it'll look super cool to see everywhere you've explored. Nothing beats street food if you can find it. I've been talking about this kind of thing with my therapist. So basically there are actions called away actions that people use to forget negative aspects of their life. For some people this is drinking, gambling or whatever. In my situation I do things that I can focus on so I'm not alone with my bad thoughts. So video games that are focus heavy, or shows that require you to pay attention. My therapist suggests that I do more towards actions that are in service of things that I truly value in life. Let's say one of my values is being creative. So instead of binging the entirety of a video game story to forget that thing X isn't going my way and it makes me feel bad, I can acknowledge how I'm feeling. Think if what I want to do is in service of one of my life values goals. And if it's not, then I can seek out something that is in service of them. So for creativity I could start painting or writing. He said oftentimes when people fall back on those away actions they wind up back in the same place but feeling worse. I observe that a lot in myself in retrospect. So it might do you some good to find 2 or 3 things that truly matter to you and break them down into things or actions you can do in service of those values. I hope that helps. Public library. If you're in a large enough city, check out all of the different ones and find a favorite. Find some podcasts you like and go for a walk or do housework. Start a workout routine or just pick up running. Running feels silly at first but you'll get over it quickly. Learn to cook or bake something new. If you can't cook, learn the basics. If you can, try something advanced. It will be challenging for your brain and you'll have food at the end of it. Win-win. I like to go on a scavenger hunt by myself sometimes. I make a pretty ridiculous list and it's oddly specific, like man who looks constipated and dog that refuses to walk so they make the owner carry them. It's something that gets me out of the house. Just walking around is fine too, but scavenger hunts are fun. I paint pictures of Redditors' pets that have passed away, and then I send them the paintings. Edit. My commissions aren't open right now. Sorry, I'm working a few other paintings right now. I appreciate everyone's interest though. That is so sweet. Yeah, it really helps me because it ends up helping other people with their depression as well. And it's also kinda art therapy combined with the sense of, you know, making something. Cross-stitching. It sounds like an old lady hobby but it's both creative and methodical. I like to put on a podcast or a video without a ton of visuals and just stitch for hours. You can get patterns online. DMC thread is only like 60 cents a skein, and the rest of the materials aren't too expensive either at your local craft store. It gives you something to focus on, and the finished product makes you proud of what you've done. Playing an instrument. Pick an instrument you think you'd most like to play. Guitar, keyboard, drums, bass, violin, etc. And get one and start practicing. Watch YouTube videos on how to practice and get better. My therapist recommended me years ago picking something in your daily life that makes you happy and letting it fill you with all the joy you can, unapologetically. I chose dogs and petting a pupper consistently makes me so happy it can change my entire mood. Letting yourself be happy without cutting yourself down is a skill that takes time, but unapologetic enjoyment never hurts. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed. See you in the next video.